UFC Vegas 105, Josh Emmett versus Lerone Murphy. This is this week's best MMA bets, where I will give you guys my lock of the week. I'm going to give you guys some favorite underdogs, and we're going to close the video out with my favorite parlays. We're on a 2-week lock run, and we also cashed big on some parlays last week, so I'm definitely trying to bring you guys some more fire. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and let's get into the video. So for the lock of the week, I'm going to do something different this week. Rather than just giving you one fighter, I thought I should mix it up, give you, something more valuable. A lot of these lines are a little chalky, so there was somebody I had, interest in, but I decided to switch it up. So without further ado, here's this week's lock of the week.
Joe Anderson, Tubarão Brito,
And
Luis Grulé.
Luis Gurele and Joe Anderson Brito, inside the distance is the call. Brito money line was just too chalky to play straight up, so I'm going to give you guys inside the distance. I like both of these lines. When I look at Gurele, he's a very solid striker with a wrestling base, and I think the pressure that he's going to bring to Ode is going to give him a lot of troubles. I think it's going to be a little similar to the Lazy Boy fight. Not him getting dropped, but the fact that Lazy Boy was able to, outwork and outpressure Ode Osborne. I believe Gurele is going to, replicate that, and I think finishes on the table as well. Ode has been finished in 3 out of his last 4 losses, and I don't see him being the guy to fraud check Lewis in this one. When I'm looking at Brito, Pat Sabatini has also been finished in 2 of his last 4 fights. Diego Lopez and Damon Jackson. I believe Joe Anderson Brito is a better, striker than Damon Jackson, who finished him with ground and pound. I believe Brito, is significantly better than Pat Sabatini. I think Pat Sabatini doesn't have a clear path to, success. I believe Brito to be the better striker, and I think they're pretty even in jiu-jitsu. And I've also been impressed with his finishing ability in the top position as well. So I don't really see a clear path to victory for Pat Sabatini. I think Brito could finish this before the end of the second round. So I would definitely believe inside the distance is the perfect call for this fight. And we're going to do our very first lock of the week parlay. So let's see how we go. Now moving on to the favorite underdogs. I do have an honorable mention. I'm going to put Vanessa Demopoulos. The reason why I'm putting her is honestly because I believe the fight is 50-50, just like the odds are, minus 110. I think, both of these ladies, they're striking. I'm not impressed at all. And I think, the path to victory for either one of them is honestly jiu-jitsu. It's just if, Demopoulos could avoid another armbar, or if she can catch Alan Carr in something, we'll have to see. But minus 110, I think that's, the perfect line for both of these ladies. I think it's a 50-50 fight, so I'll throw her in there just because. Next, we're going Cortavious Romeois. He is plus 115. He's a clear underdog in this one because of, his gas tank, the issue that he had with Gastelano Bolanos. I believe that's the name. Gastano Bolanos. He was doing really well early on in the fight. Good wrestling pressure, put in a pretty solid pace on him, but he ended up gassing out late in the 3rd round, which ended up, him losing the fight. When we look at Chang Ho Lee, he's not really a offensive wrestler. He likes to defend a lot of takedowns, do a lot of work in the clinch. I think Romeo is a better, or one of the best wrestlers that he's going to see so far in his career. And I think he will have some success taking Chang Ho Lee down a few times. It's just a matter of, we have to see what that gas tank is looking like. That's why originally I picked Chang Ho Lee. But, I will be waiting for the weigh-ins to see how the cut looks on him and hear him out about, his gas tank issues. But I do believe he is a very live underdog in this fight, and the tag is pretty justifiable. Next, this guy I was going to pick for my lock of the week, but I can see something crazy happening in this fight, and I'm talking about Davy Grant. Plus 135, I think he's very valuable at this line. Daniel Santos, I'm not super impressed with his striking. He's also been gone for about, I want to say it was almost 2 years now. Davy Grant is a crafty veteran, slick striking, slick jiu-jitsu. He's definitely live in this fight, it could possibly go all 3 rounds, but Davy Grant is definitely valuable at plus 135. I think he's going to have a lot of success on the feet, and I can see him taking home the W. Now to tie it all in, I'm going to close out Mekhi's money making plays with the parlays. First up, we are going Daniel Frunza money line, and we're also going to add Diane Barbosa inside the distance. Diane Barbosa is, at the time of this recording, she's a minus 1,000 favorite on a lot of books. So you guys can see, what the matchup is definitely expected to be. Inside distance is sitting at minus 145 right now. So you tie that in, it gives you plus 178. I think that's a pretty valuable play, pretty safe. I could see Frunza, landing some knockdowns, landing some big shots, outscoring Rich Mekhi. I do have something to hedge that later on though. But yeah, I like that, to start off to start off the parlays. Next up, this isn't a parlay, but it is a straight that I do really like. We're gonna go Gerald Mearshart by submission. Now, Brad Tavares has never been submitted. However, the reason why I'm looking at this is because GM3 actually has 29 wins by submission. He's third all time with 11 submissions right now. If he gets another one, he'll be in second place with 12, right below, Charles Oliveira. And he has 7 finishes either in the late second round or the third round. So I think that's a very, very valuable line to look at. Plus 440. I think you could definitely, I can see GM3 locking something up late. We have seen Brad Tavares get hurt late in fights. I don't think GM3 is going to hurt him on the feet, but I can see him making a mistake, getting taken down. And, on the ground is definitely not where you want to be with somebody who has 29 submissions. So GM3 by sub plus 440. Next up, we're going Cortavius Romeois versus Cheng Ho Lee over 2.5. I can definitely see that fight going to decision. And then we're going to tie it in with Davy Grant money line. I really like Davy Grant. And Kennedy and Nzechukwu inside the distance. That gets you plus 627. Very valuable. Kennedy and Nzechukwu, like I said in the breakdown, he's probably gonna run over Martin Buday within 1.5 rounds. Honestly, I don't think Buday has any path to victory. I like Kennedy and Nzechukwu to find a submission, possibly up against the cage, or even put him out with some ground and pound. But definitely like that play right there. And I have one final big bang play that I think you guys would be very interested in. Excuse me, can't talk today. But we are going Rich Mekhi by submission. I told you I was going to hedge the Frunza money line. And GM3 round 3 submission. Plus 16,400. Now, Rich Mekhi does have, I want to say, 3 or 4 submission victories. He's very linky. I think he can expose Daniel Frunza's, wrestling or takedown defense. That is something that I noted when he fought on the Contender Series fight. He was getting taken down left and right. He did manage to get back up, but the guy was also gassed. Rich Mekhi doesn't have a cardio issue. I can definitely see him looking to wrestle and possibly lock up a submission on the mat. It's definitely something to note. It's definitely something to look out for. And like I stated earlier, GM3, he has a lot of late submissions, and I can see Brad Tavares making a mistake and end up getting submitted late. And, Brad Tavares is on a 2-fight losing streak, I believe. Let's look. Brad Tavares. Yeah, 2-fight losing streak. Jun Young Park, it was a close fight. And then Gregory Rodriguez knocked him out. But yes, he's never been submitted. However, we have seen him as of lately, get a bit outworked, a little tired. I think, Gerald Mearshart can survive a storm and possibly find something late. So that's what I'm going with for the parlays. Let me know if you guys are going to tell. Let me know if you like the plays. Let me know if, you think I'm crazy for this last one that I'm giving you guys. But, that's what I got. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys for the weigh-in recap. Thanks for tuning in for Mekhi's Money Making Plays.